Hello, welcome to Hanging with the Hooligans. It is me. This is Chuck Bailey just bringing us in tonight. Uh, Trying to do I don't know. It was not Arnold, but I was trying to go with some kind of Austrian voice.
Hello, this is also Arnold.
Yeah, like a Belgian or something.
It's not on Truma! Get down. Wait, you're already sitting down. That's kind of redundant, isn't it?
We're joined here by Doug.
What up, G's?
That was not Arnold.
No, it was
Yeah, he's the one who yelled tumor. If you wanted to know.
I actually kind of want to hear you do an Arnold voice.
Go!
No, you got to say something too.
Get to the chopper!
I love it.
He's projected incredibly for that.
Mm-hmm. I actually almost got down.
I actually almost took off for the chopper. So, Doug, go ahead and take us into our first topic for tonight.
Which is...
We don't have much on the docket because you guys don't write anything in the group. But there was something I wanted to bring up. You guys are fans. Well, I know Alex is a fan of a lot of stand-up comedy. What about you?
I like stand-up, but I'm kind of I'm iffy nowadays.
He's more sit down.
I'm sit-down
comedy. I'm sit down a little too much myself, honestly.
I like stand-up comedy, but as of late, it kind of feels like there's a lot of try-hards.
Yeah, well, that's kind of always been the case.
It feels... I mean, not everybody. I've heard some good stuff lately. But it's always... Oh, we're going to get canceled. We're gonna get canceled.
That's because you're listening to conservative.
That's why I like people like Stavros Halkias, like Noel Miller. They're just going. They're not... It's not always cancel this, cancel that. They're just going, and they know that shit's already corny because they're freaking online enough to know. Compared to...
Well, one comedian I've been listening to a lot to has been Bill Burr.
No, you're listening to Bill Burr because he's based.
What does that mean?
That he's like basically
he's like the baseline.
He's overwhelmingly himself. He is saying stuff that you could resonate with too.
I know.
Yeah.
He's new George Carlin. It's amazing.
Yes. I mean, in a way, yeah, I do like his. Well, what I liked is that he's not overwhelmingly annoyingly right wing.
Well, yeah, no, exactly. I mean, no, he does say some stuff. I just kind of like go, eek, you know. But no, he usually makes a really good point, and I'm just like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of guys that I like that are right wing, and you could tell. But like, some people are just too much with it. It's just the same as if someone gets on stage and they start going on about fucking, oh, we need to get our hands together, kumbaya, and you'd be like, shut the fuck up. It's the same thing. But yeah, the reason I wanted to bring that up is because I recently saw something on Facebook Reels because I am a boomer. It's not the boomer, but yeah. So I saw, and this is like of course, it's an old episode of the thing because I don't keep up with this. I actually really hate the format, and so does this man I'm about to bring up. So there's the Kill Tony podcast or whatever.
Yeah, I'm aware of Kill Tony.
Yeah, I know you are. Like,
hey,
I know you know.
Hey,
so
fuck you.
the Kill Tony podcast for because I'm not explaining it to Alex, I'm explaining it to an audience. Yeah, Doug is a format where this guy Tony, I guess his name is, gets on stage with a couple of other comedians, and they judge a plethora of comedians that come up for a minute set. And so what I want to talk about is what I called the Ric Flair incident. Because this guy, I don't know if he goes by the name Kill Tony or if his name's just Tony.
His name is Tony Hinchcliffe.
Okay, I'm just going to call him Tony, but that's insane of a last name. But so he had a guest. One of the guest judge people was Ric Flair. And Ric Flair had...
Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Old school wrestling guy, so I know Alex would like that. I should have brought this up during the Fago episode, honestly. You know, but we already had enough whoops going on. So
It's kind of weird. This is the same. Like this is the same day for those that are listening.
yeah,
We're coming down from the Fago.
that was like 30 minutes ago. Anyways, so what I wanted to talk about is the fact that this is a very mean-spirited show where they bring on comedians and they put they give you a minute, and usually if they're good, they judge them, well,
Yeah.
and if they're bad, they fucking roast the shit out of them.
Yes.
So, Ric Flair apparently did not pay attention to that, and so as he was getting more inebriated as the show goes on, he sees these people being mean to these comedians, and he's getting pissed off. And he's like, I don't like this. He's like, I'm not about bullying people. I don't come up here to judge people like this. And Tony's trying to be like, it's okay. We'll do it for you. You don't have to be mean.
By the way, Tony is like a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, they're all huge wrestling fans. But then this guy comes on. He's like a wrestling. I guess he was like a wrestling coach for kids. He had a fucking lame set. He was not funny. And so, but every time they had a bad person and they were roasting these people, Ric Flair was getting more and more uncomfortable. But then he was like, I can't do this. I'm never going to judge someone who spends their time, helping our youth and all that. And he's just really drunk.
Yeah.
And so he takes off from the show, though. He's like, fuck this show. I'm leaving. He said it as nicely as he could.
Right.
And these fucking schmuck comedians, not Kill Tony, but some of the other people, we're talking shit. I'm sitting here shut the fuck up. Like, not everyone needs to be cool with your guys' dumbass, mean-spirited jokes or whatever.
Well, he was also being respectful, and he left.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was, this is some fucking stupid
He
shit.
he literally said, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
You guys have a good time. I'm out of here, And, there was two comedians that were getting real, butthurt about it, where one guy was trying to do the Ric Flair woo, but it was a boo. And it was like no one was booing Ric Flair as he was getting up or anything. And by the way, I saw this as a Facebook reel, so I had to look into the whole thing.
Jeez.
Is what I'm saying. I watched the whole episode. I watched one of the comedians talk about it and try to act like he was the center of attention for it, which he wasn't, by the way. Some fat comedian dude. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because that was one of those things where it just goes to show that when people try to say, oh, comedy these days, it's being ruined by whatever liberals. Dude, Ric Flair didn't like what you guys were doing. That guy ain't no fucking liberal, dude.
No.
You guys are just stupid, And I'm not saying the Kill Tony podcast is stupid. I'm saying, people don't always like what you have to fucking say. And, every time, just because your shit wasn't funny and people didn't like it, doesn't mean it's a fucking liberal agenda.
Yep,
That's what I'm saying. That was my point.
And dude, I felt so bad for Tony watching that too, because he's sitting next to one of his heroes, and everyone's just kind of shitting on him, and he just left. So he's probably like, oh my god, how am I ever gonna repair this relationship?
Yeah, I hope he and Ric Flair got beers afterwards, or actually probably Coke afterwards, because Ric Flair needs to come up from all that alcohol.
But that dude is a professional drinker too. So
Yeah.
you can only imagine how much he
I
had
don't-
to drink.
Yeah. And they were trying to pass it off like he was too drunk. I was like, I don't think he was that drunk. I think he was just getting more mad every time he saw the mean-spiritedness. So they definitely crushed a few people, and I get it. It's funny when it's the right setting for it because they know what they're getting into when they do it and stuff. But that's not for everybody, And that's the thing. That was the main thing I wanted to bring up when I brought this whole thing, was to show that a lot of people are trying to say comedy's dead and blah blah blah, and blame it on pretty much people who don't know what's going on or
Right.
whatever. But it was like, that dude, there's no way that dude didn't know what was going on. He fucking didn't like it once he was there, decided to leave. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Versus, they have that Shane Gillis guy on all the time. He's definitely, he's good at being mean-spirited, but keeping it funny too, and, what I think is crazy, though, is that there's people that live in that region I think it's Austin. Do you know for sure?
I think they're all camping out there because Joe Rogan has his own
I
comedy
think.
club.
Yeah, I think like I think they live in the Austin region is where the show takes place, and that they'll pay uh one guy who does like a good job. There'll be like someone who's like got their spot solidified and they're the opener basically. And what I didn't like about this was like there's this Asian guy and he kind of bombed his little minute or whatever. He bombed his little set, and Tony was like, "Dude, you do this all the time. You always do good for a while, then you fucking come out with another bad one. You're gonna have to fight for your fucking spot again. Like I will. I like he just kept saying it because you could tell he's inebriated too. He's like, you gotta do better, blah blah blah. You gotta fight for your spot next week." And it's said so many times, and I was like, yeah, if I was Ric Flair and I saw it like this, where some guy's like a fledgling comedian trying to find their spot, and this dude goes like, "You need to do better. I'm gonna fucking you ain't gonna work in this town again if you don't do good next week."
Well, let's also you have a minute to make people laugh,
Yeah,
right? I mean, I'm sure if you're a pro, maybe you got it down, but there are times pros, you got a minute to make people laugh and be on your
Dave
side.
Chappelle couldn't do it.
Yeah, like holy shit.
Like
it's almost you're gonna see a lot of people fail.
I want to say they should do that challenge for most comedians. They couldn't do it because a huge part of comedy is also timing. That's why I brought up Dave Chappelle for an example, because he spends a lot of time in the setup before he gets to a good,
Right.
yeah. And so it's like, yeah, if you have a minute, like they expect you to do more than one joke. You can't spend one joke or 1 minute doing the whole joke, otherwise it's gonna be like, yeah, that setup took too long, you know.
Right.
But then there's those people that didn't even have a minute going. You know, they fucking flamed they blew out their little shitty 2 jokes, and they're like, oh fuck. And what I see when most people try to complain, like, oh, comedy's dead and stuff, is like more so you guys don't like what's going on. It's not what it used to be. Seems like a lot of it's crowd work because fucking Matt Rife or whatever, you just get a bunch of crowd work clips after that guy. There's some dude who I see on Facebook reels all the time, some guy with like a fuckboy haircut, don't know his name, and all he does is like basically verbally abuse the fuck out of a heckler.
Yeah.
And that's like all his reels, and he's just really mad, and he calls him a fucking whore. No.
Oh, okay. I think it's someone else.
No, he's like, he looks mildly Hispanic. But yeah, he's like, come back here, you dirty fucking tramp. You know, he'll just say shit like that and just like roast the shit out of him. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm curious to hear how like this guy actually tell a joke, because like all it is him going off on hecklers for like the viral clip.
Yeah, because I mean, like, for all we know, the hecklers are probably even justified. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it was a shitty fucking joke.
Well, what I hate too is like it's usually, crowd work, and then it turns into a heckler because you keep fucking asking them questions and they're trying to be involved in the show because you involved them in the show, and then you just turn on them and fucking, I've definitely seen people do that, and you could see their narrative change because it was first they started with, doing the crowd work thing with them, and then it like fast forwards later, it's like, this bitch is talking again, and it's like, what do you mean you talked to them earlier? Like, yeah, you should know, like, don't talk, like, once they do the little crowd moment with you, and you're like, haha, yeah, I'm here with my wife, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Unless they like come back to you with some other question for some reason. But like, not everyone's gonna know that, especially if you keep talking to them. Like, of course, there's gonna be that weird parasocial level to it,
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing too. It's like trying to feed off the crowd too if you're up there on the stage, but some people just don't. They just can't. Sorry, excuse me.
Jesus Christ, Doug.
What did my shit do to you?
Yeah. Doug just starts scratching the fuck out of his cheeks.
I think you should help him.
No, dude, he was rubbing.
He's a good boy.
Bro was rubbing his face. I should have put the mic up to it. It sounded like he was rubbing on fucking like 120 grit sandpaper.
Nah, sorry, I had an itch there. I mean, it just.
I don't know, man. That looked like it felt good.
Oh, it did. Oh no, it did. Like, it was like heaven. It just seems like these people don't know how to actually work a crowd, and instead just want to find like somebody to bully in the crowd. You know, like I see some people that will just literally ask people questions in the audience and then escalate from there instead of it being like actual jokes about what they're talking about. You know.
Right. And there are a lot. I mean, I can think of a couple really good like crowd work comedians, and they're never really like shitty. Like it's more generally a warm thing,
Mm-hmm.
which I like. Like
Also,
Big J Okerson's probably my favorite.
yeah, I was about to say most of these people that I'm talking about are also these amateur comedians that are like, they are touring, they are working,
Yeah.
but they're not the pros, and they're trying to find their way to get noticed. And what this all rounds out to is that they're trying to do things that work for the algorithm. Like, as you know, Matt Rife did a lot of crowd work with women and all that because that worked for the algorithm for him.
Right.
This guy I'm talking about, for some reason I want to say his name's Troy. The guy with the fuckboy haircut that I was talking about. I don't know his name is Troy. I want to say Troy. So that's what I'm going to call him. Troy.
Right.
Troy fucking verbally abuses women, hecklers for his algorithm. That's what most of the algorithm was for him. And then you have like the Tony stuff where they basically will have someone, for the algorithm there. They usually show someone doing fucking horribly. And then I think they show women doing well, either because, I think they do that because people will comment on there anyways and be like, women aren't funny, you know?
Engagement.
Yeah, people will do that. Like, there's so many comedians I've seen that are women, and like they'll tell a joke that's like okay, and it's like nothing earth shattering, but it wasn't a horrible joke, and I just love going to the comments, seeing all the men. Women are never funny, never ever. And it's just like, bro, you're probably not funny. Like, shut up. You're sitting here talking about like you just want to judge the woman for some reason.
I mean, I can think of a few really funny comedians. Like, I mean, you got to start with Sarah Silverman, right?
Yeah, that would be who I start with too.
Yeah.
Not just because like that's who
Well, we also kind of grew up when like the Sarah Silverman show was coming out.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
She wasn't unknown at the time. I felt like a lot of people probably. Most people
I feel like a lot of women emulate her in a way too. I'm not sure if that's necessarily true or if just, a lot of women have the same experiences and try to, because that'd be like saying all men are emulating this one married comedian,
Right.
So, yeah. But I saw a old school video of Christina P. Like she was young.
Yeah.
And it was so funny because everyone's in there like, she's fucking ass. She'll never make it. She'll never make it as a comedian. I'm like, yeah, true. She's going to be a hell of a podcaster, though, huh?
A motherfucker of a podcast.
Yeah. No, I actually think she had like a bit about like Gen Z or whatever that was corny. But like, she's still a great comedian. Like, you could be a fucking cornball and still be funny.
I mean, I don't have to agree with every single thing a comedian says.
No.
Oh, yeah.
What I hate...
I will say, dude, I have nothing against Tony Hinchcliffe. I think he is funny. I've seen things on the show, and honestly, you're going to hear things on this show you guys probably aren't going to like.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
well, also, I don't have anything against Tony. I've just never heard that guy actually tell a joke other than making fun of the comedians, which he's not that bad. I definitely think that guy knows how to, like, keep the people going. Except there was one guy where he was like, what do we have to do to make you not do this anymore?
Oh, God. I want to say there was, like, a roast of, like, Snoop Dogg. And he was, like, the one white guy. And he was telling, like, black jokes. That was the first time I fucking saw that guy. And he was killing. Like, he was destroying that whole crowd. Well, the dais or whatever you want to call it. But
yeah.
That is one thing I do need to watch are all the roasts that they have out there. I mean, I think Comedy Central has them out there on Netflix or something, but just watch all those roasts. I think that would be a fun thing to do sometime.
Yeah, I don't know if, they're even officially, like, Comedy Central roasts anymore.
I think people are just doing roasts and it's like, oh, that must be associated with it. I mean, the same people are kind of involved. Like, if there's a roast, you probably bet that Jeff Ross is going to be.
Well, I was about to say, yeah, it depends if it's a roast or if it's just like they have roasting comedians, like roast comedians there, because that's
Like some are specialized in roasting people.
yeah, they're like, please, this is my only time.
This is where I shine.
Like recorded with you guys like years and years ago, because I am a lot further away from comedy. Like these days, stand-up comedy.
Yeah, it's not an accident though.
But
It's not an accident though.
Dude, I mean, it kind of went the way of like the Marvel movie. It's kind of like it's the same thing over and over again. And I mean, with the exception of the guys like Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura, and even some of that stuff, it's still.
Bert's not even funny as a stand-up comedian.
Dude, I fucking love Bert though.
I
think I just love his energy more than anything
when
else.
I watched, I think what was this dumbass special called? Boy something. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Bitch made boy. Like
I haven't heard the "Come Here, Boy" Bert Kreischer special.
I forgot what it is, dude. Like, but I was just watching it. I'm like, dude. First of all, because I was watching Two Bears One Cave, I'm like, where's Tom? We need his handler here.
I also did you guys ever watch Bert's movie, The Machine?
No.
I did.
Is it good or?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
They should have had it starring Ryan Reynolds.
You know, the actor born to play Bert Kreischer, right? You know, like he did in
Van Wilder.
Van Wilder. Exactly.
Anyways, so
You're really doing this burping thing, aren't you?
yeah. So that's what I have to say about Bert Kreischer. No, I'm kidding. I do love Bert Kreischer, but more as a podcaster. Tom Segura kills it on stand-up. Christina, yes, she kills it on stand-up. I don't like all her jokes, but, well, no. I didn't like her joke about Gen Z just because it's so fucking boring Facebook stuff. And that's the problem is that, you know, a lot of these older generation comedians are, like, getting into fucking, like, Facebook material. I'm like, unfunny people already said these jokes. You guys gotta actually say funny things. You know? And,
Well, what I think is funny is she's finally moved on from the millennials. It's like, oh, now those people are probably too old for these jokes now. It's like, oh no, now you're still talking about the wrong generation.
yeah. Just like, yeah, Gen Z and their skibbity toilet. She won't even know about skibbity toilet. That's crazy. Gen A is like a thing now that people like still don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny to me because I'm like, yeah, they're the ones who were singing about Fortnite like 2 years ago. Shit. Talking about Kais and that and all that. You know, the stuff when I was talking about the Chronically Online stuff. That's a bunch of like Gen A memes. And, man, it's funny to think about it because like those are like, for the most part, little kids, you know.
Right.
Little kids, early teens or whatever. Gen Z's already like 20. The oldest of Gen Z is 25, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. By the time Gen Z enter the conversation, like a lot of them are like 18. You know, like a lot of the oldest or whatever were already 18 or whatever. But like, yeah, people are so late on noticing generations. I think because what they were saying millennials for so long.
Oh my god.
And I was like, guys, you guys are like a decade late. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's funny too is like, there's that whole millennial attitude is just, I just need to survive. I'm just
Pessimism.
trying to survive.
Yeah.
And then you get to Gen Z and it's like, oh, I kind of want to do the things that I want to do. Y'all are fucking silly.
Yeah,
You know?
Gen Z's like, no, I will actually fucking blow up a cop car to get what I want.
Yeah.
Then Gen A is like, win the breadstick. Roblox. Like, they just be doing things. They just be saying shit. I am worried, though, because Gen A is also the generation that was, like, that is innately affected by Logan Paul, Andrew Tate, you know, a lot of that kind of stuff. Like, little elementary schoolers calling girls broke bitches and stuff.
Wait. Oh, my God. Like, I
mean, millennials were affected by that kind of thing, too, though.
We were.
A little bit.
And that's what I was thinking about, too.
I still have the generalization of calling women bitches. Sorry, women.
Yeah, I thought that was a really weird phase right there.
It's like a yeah.
Especially since one of the memes was like, it was like a cute puppy with a leaf, and it says, "I got this bitch a leaf. Bitches love leaves."
Yeah.
Like I thought that was absolutely adorable and cute, but at the same time, I felt like, what?
It's because
Weird.
yeah, because millennials came up with like very normalized hip hop lingo.
Yeah, well,
So
dude, GTA.
Yeah,
Like that was in most
San
kids'
Andreas.
fucking houses.
Yeah,
You know.
like bitches, and it's so funny because like a lot of like, it's not like everybody just refers to women as bitches all the time, but if people do say bitches, most people aren't going to be like, wait, are you saying women are all bitches?
Right.
People just get the
Get the lingo.
yeah.
Also, bitches at this point just kind of feels unisex, doesn't it?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
People.
bitches be bitches.
Yeah, just like dudes.
Yeah, dude, I love dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's like one of my favorite words.
Look at this dude. No.
Oh, can you hear that we're from San Diego? Oh my god. Dude.
Like,
dude.
Oh my god.
Like, dude. Dude, I can't wait till we have enough fans in the future to where they could do where they could do a compilation of all the times we say like.
That's, you don't really need to go far. You can just listen to one of our episodes.
That was no. So there's the Tiny Meat Gang podcast with Noel Miller and Cody Ko, and they had some guy who didn't really know who they were, but they went through an episode and like pretty much edited every time they said like, and it was insane. It was like.
Oh my god.
I like the ones where they do where they speed up the video anytime a certain word is said. So if for like example that video would be like. So anytime they say like, it'd like go up like one speed notch, and then by the end of it they just sound like chipmunks.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we would have a pretty short episode, I think.
Yeah, probably. Like it would be a really, really short episode. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We would take that hour, put it into 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's because I don't know if it's just Californians, but I know Californians for sure use like as like a
sentence filler.
Yeah, a conjunction essentially.
Like all the time. Like all the time.
Yeah.
Like now. Like.
Dude, you're fucking killing me. Like I'm losing it.
All for funny. Fucking, I can't think of any.
Sounds just like the people from San Diego.
Yeah. I don't hear enough Minnesotans say dumb Minnesotan things, but when they hit me with the oofer, the oofer, it's oofta. We say oof. Oof. Oofta, mate.
I say oofta, mate.
Oofta,
mate.
Oofta, is bloody crazy.
Nar.
Gonna make some kangaroo fucking oofta tacos.
Mar way.
I like how I just kind of dropped the accent.
Well, yeah, you're trying to do it so casually that it was kind of hard,
Yeah. Crikey, mate.
Crikey, mate.
Crikey.
Crikey, mate.
Wonky slush. No, just making noises for the next 5 minutes.
Schlanger.
And now for the next half hour,
Dude,
Cass saying random shit.
God, that one wife on Fury Road where she was like, I need to say schlanga, like every other word.
Oh God, what was that from?
Like,
what movie was that?
That's
one?
Fury Road.
That was Fury. Oh God.
I should probably look up what that means.
She just kept saying it though.
But maybe it's like some sort of.
It's a slur for Aborigine people. No.
Oh God,
that would be awful.
That'd be horrible.
So bad.
We shouldn't say words we don't know.
Yeah. Why was she calling Mad Max that so much?
You look like a cop, motherfucker.
So, RoboCop's back on HBO. I'm gonna make sure to watch that when I get home.
Dude, we need to do like a watch party for a show.
Yes, watch parties in general. Yes.
When you say RoboCop's back on, you mean like as in is it a series or they like released another movie?
No, it's the old movie, the first one from like 1987.
Oh, they just put it up on there. Okay, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
want to watch it.
Circle of Netflix.
Yeah, it wasn't free on Amazon. Like you would have to pay for it. So now it's on HBO Max. I noticed last night. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch that.
Noise.
So is Mad Max. And I already know why. I was like, they're getting ready. They're like, oh, let's hope this movie goes over well.
That's because. Just go yawn. Don't mind me.
That's because. Dude, that could have been edited out before, but like, then we made fun of him. We had to keep it in now. It's just saying that part of Doug's laugh is the Tuscan Sand people. Like, if he just did it more and a little crazier.
Oh my god, that hurts.
Damn, what was it? Oh,
I think I got a
Furiosa.
clip.
The Furiosa. Is that what they're ramping up for the Furiosa movie or something?
Yeah, it should be like in a week or two when that comes out, so.
That's gonna be nice.
We can go to the theaters and see that together, because I want to see it multiple times.
Hey,
Fuck yeah, we're doing that.
We still have another movie we need to watch together.
What?
Godzilla and Kong.
Is it even in theaters anymore?
I didn't really think of that.
Oh no, it's definitely not in theaters, but we do need to watch that.
Yeah, like I've been waiting for that one for a while. I love Godzilla. Kong's okay, but more Godzilla fan.
I also love King Kong, but I love Godzilla more.
Same. I'm a Zilla fan. I'm a Zilla stan.
Zilla stan?
Yeah. Kong ain't got nothing on this shit.
Interestingly, you know, I didn't mention this in the last episode when I was already talking about a list of things that happened when I went to San Diego. But when I was flying to San Diego, I watched Oppenheimer. And that is one of those movies where, like, I was like, I should have got high watching this.
Really?
Yes. Like,
shit, dude, it's on Peacock right now, and I got a subscription. We should go watch that.
yeah, you should get high and watch it
Just
tonight.
get Blizz to go watch.
It's like there's like spiritualist stuff to it. There's, I mean, obviously political stuff. My girl Florence LePew, fucking, she's naked in it.
Florence LePew.
Yeah. Jay gets mad when I call her Florence LePew. But yeah, dude, they were like, yeah, not only do we need you to be naked at certain times of this movie, but we need a scene where, you know, they're talking about the fact that, like, Oppenheimer fucked this chick, and, like, they, like, had, like, a, what do you call it, like, a absurdist moment where, like, his wife sees her riding his dick in the chair, and she's, like, staring at her. I'm like, this is fucking crazy right now. Yeah, because, you know, obviously she's scarred by the fact that he cheated on her or whatever. Even though it seemed like it was a loveless marriage anyways. I don't know. You know how it be. People from the 40s be cheating and shit a lot.
Yeah.
Just like people today. I think it's funny where people will be like, "Oh my god, marriages today, like they don't respect the whatever of marriage." It's like, dude, it's like, motherfucker, like people from back in the day had like other families and shit. They're like, I gotta go on a work trip.
Right? Yeah. Fucking
that
weird
hasn't
shit.
stopped.
No, it hasn't.
No.
It's just expanded to just kind of like exclusively sports teams now.
Sports teams, Jesus. Yeah, I think social media makes it a little more difficult to get away with that, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to have a baby mama on one coast posting photos with you in it, and then.
Why does it show you're married to 2 people on Facebook?
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I mean, if those people were just Pauly from the start, it would have been no problem.
Oh god.
Famous person famous person 1 is their other.
Yeah. But then again, if you're Pauly, you're usually too annoying for people to want to fuck you.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry to all my Pauly friends.
He's not wrong though.
Yeah. That's one of those things, like, not enough people, people will talk shit about vegans. People will talk shit about, like Christians or whatever. People that don't shut up about their, like, way of life or whatever. Pauly is another one of those.
Hey, by the way, I catch all kinds of loads.
Yeah, they're like, oh, God. Monogamous people are so annoying because they're just like, oh, I'm faithful to my one partner. Oh. Why don't you just fucking have multiple partners like me?
I mean, man, that sounds like work. Like, taking the funny out of it for just a moment, that sounds like so much goddamn work. Like, I can barely focus on my problems. And, in your relationship, it's not just about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But balancing that between however many people you're fucking, like that.
If you have, like, your girlfriend, and then your girlfriend's boyfriend, and then your girlfriend's girlfriend, and then your other girlfriend, yeah.
Also, another one of their girlfriends who's also dating you. And
yeah. They're a gender fluid switch for you, so it's your second boyfriend. Yeah. No, that's one of those things. It could be cool. Like, if you guys are down for it, amazing,
If it works for you, fuck yeah. Do your thing. But I don't need to hear about it all the time.
No, if you want to be open about it, and you're just like, hey, I'm Pauly, that's cool. It's more so when people are like, oh, I'm Pauly, and, like, I don't get why monogamous people are monogamous. I don't get why you won't be Pauly with me.
No, here's the thing.
That kind of thing.
You can talk to me about that. That's a conversation. But when you're just like, I'm Pauly, and I had a sandwich today, and I'm Pauly, and then I went to the park, I'm Pauly. It's like, shut up.
Oh, see, I don't think that's really my point. My point was, like, when people are more so trying to shove their actual, like, you should be this too, because that's why people talk about vegans with doing that.
To fuck you, and that's why they're saying it.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, God, chill, But I get it, because, like, well, no, it's funny because a lot of people stop being Pauly due to jealousy, which is really, wow.
Wait,
yeah,
that happens?
Yeah.
What?
They're like, turns out, I didn't want to be Pauly. I just wanted to be able to be with multiple people. I don't like when you're with multiple people,
Right.
though. That kind of fucks with me.
Who would have thunk? Like I said, if it works for you, great. But I don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't need that conversation starter every time.
Yeah, I don't know who. I'm sorry to whoever you were talking, or I'm sorry about whoever you were talking to. By the way.
Oh my god. They know who they are.
Yeah, shut up.
Like we still cool, but oh my god, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, I don't know if I know you, but if I do, fuck you. Shut up.
And it's all love, right? But
not for me. Fuck you.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, not for me. I hate you. Yeah. Okay, just for full disclosure, I don't know who Alex is talking about either. So.
Oh no, I don't. No, me neither.
Oh, and I wouldn't put that out anyways.
Yeah.
No, but if I do know them, tell me after the podcast. Well, this has been a fun,
Holy shit! 40 minutes.
Yeah, a fun 40 minutes so far. Just BSing again.
Literally just BSing.
Yep. No news on our Southern Queen. What's her name? Gypsy Rose. And so, if you guys have DM'd her, I'm sorry she hasn't gotten back to you yet.
Too tall.
Too tall. She seems pretty short to me.
I'm leaning into your joke.
Oh yeah, she's not a dwarf.
No.
I mean, did you hear that rumor? This is a total aside. You hear that rumor that in the latest God of War game,
Chuck. Your name is Chuck. His name is Chuck Bailey. Chuck.
Charles.
Chuck Bailey. Charles.
Chork. My name's Chork. Anyways,
I'm gonna get your name right eventually.
Chug.
it's okay.
It's Chug.
Chug McFug.
Chud.
You have 2 new characters.
Chug Chud.
Well, not one's old. We got Chud, now we got Chug.
Chug.
So, anyways, back to.
Yep.
So,
Now I get it.
did you hear this rumor? Or well, you probably didn't hear this rumor, but people are kind of shipping Kratos and that dwarf from God of War Ragnarok, the cross-eyed dwarf woman,
What?
due to like dialogue lines at like when you play the game. People think like they're gonna be a couple.
No.
And I was like, huh?
Small queen. Get it.
Yeah, because that could be a wholesome couple, I guess.
Well, now I know what I'm watching tonight.
And it's
What?
I'm watching cross-eyed dwarfs from God of War. Apparently,
he's gonna watch
Okay.
the dialogue compilation.
I was like, you're gonna look for like videos of Kratos. This dwarf.
Oh my god!
I'm trying to find the uncut versions of Kratos going to town on every cutscene that you have in like God of War.
Hey, those used to happen all the time.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Remember the mini game?
The mini
Those were the
games.
best. Where you just pressed O the whole time and you heard just people moaning and
Yeah.
it was the best.
You know what I did not remember? Sorry. I recently, because Fallout has blown up. I was already playing Fallout before. I'm a hipster. I was doing it before it was.
Before it was cool.
I was doing it before the recent blow up because I was excited about the show.
No, you see, you're not a hipster unless you went all the way back and played the actual Fallout. Okay.
Yeah, which I did on stream. I keep doing doing short sessions of Fallout 1 where I just die instead of trying to beat it. Yeah, so I was playing Fallout New Vegas. I went to the Gamora casino, and there's a hooker you could fuck. Totally did not remember they did this. They do a fade to black because like it's like notorious. You can't have sex in like Bethesda games.
Yeah.
And I guess because it's Obsidian, it's different. Fade to black, she's just screaming. I'm like, God damn. I didn't realize this was gonna happen. Thank God I didn't do this while streaming. And then yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up, fit the freaking old games and their like gratuitous sex scenes,
Now,
even if it's fade to black.
Do you know if the prostitute is dependent on sex? So like if you were playing a male character to be a female and then vice versa? Or was it just this prostitute is a female or this prostitute is a male? And well, you said it was a she, right?
I feel like it'd be really hard to be a prostitute if you were like, I'm not gonna fuck you because you're a chick.
Well, yeah, but
You know what I mean?
I was just kind
gotta
of
make my
wondering.
money.
Yeah.
I realize you're talking about the game, but
Yeah.
also like
I think most characters in the Fallout games, or in games where you do relationships, they're usually supposed to be both like swinging both ways. So if you choose a girl, but I don't know because in Cyberpunk, the girl I wanted was a fucking lesbian. I think her name's Judy or whatever, but I think they changed that since then too. I'm gonna find out.
oh.
Yeah.
I'm not a lesbian anymore, Judy.
Yeah, they're like, Judy, you swing both ways, actually. Because enough men have cried about it.
And we got people bitching about Batman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can visibly see Catwoman's ass. Okay.
Oh no.
Let me tell you, it's incredibly anti-LGBT to be like, yo, this girl was a lesbian. Now she's not. Now you can fuck her if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But that might also be wrong. So
Yeah.
don't fully buy what I'm saying at face value there, because I haven't found out yet.
Do not quote me.
Yeah. If you've gotten this far, you should know we're idiots and you shouldn't take everything we say at face value.
Yeah. But if you're watching me play Cyberpunk on Twitch and I end up being with the chick that's like the nomad chick, you know it's then then you know it didn't work out with Judy. Anyways, Alex, I was gonna ask because I didn't last episode. Do you have Amazon TV?
Amazon TV?
Yep, Amazon Prime Television, Amazon Prime Video, whatever
I
it's
have
called.
Prime Video, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to watch Fallout.
I'm already watching Fallout. I'm on episode 3.
Good boy.
Yeah. Have you watched, Doug?
All the way through. I'm waiting for you guys to catch the fuck up.
I'm not gonna.
So that way I can sit here and go, I hope they do something after this.
Yeah.
My brother, when they just glazed over fucking cousin stuff, I was with my dad. I was like, wait a minute.
They didn't glaze over it. They made
What
two
did you
references.
say? No, I'm
Yeah.
talking about the first time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was
They-
the first time where they're just like,
two-
oh, you mean like cousin thing.
Two references, one episode.
She casually just mentions cousin stuff. So I had to rewind and just make sure that's what she said.
She's like, Chet, like, messing around with your cousin is perfectly okay, but, like, we know that, you know, you can't actually do it for the good of the vault or whatever. I was like, yo, what? Sweet home Alabama, you know.
Practice.
Yeah, that's basically what she was saying. Yeah, Lucy's a hoe, dude. Let me tell you. No shame to Lucy, right? But like, she be putting dudes in arm bars, fucking learning to shoot a gun, being in the pipe fitter scene and all that, just so she could get married and get some cock. That was what that all was about. Ain't that crazy? Yeah, she just wants some penis that badly, dude.
Also,
Well, and it's not even just penis, like, because she has her cousins for that.
Well, hopefully not all the way. Like, that's where I was debating with Aaron on that
well, okay.
in California.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like, what would be the any other
Everyone
point?
was
Just
like,
to practice kissing?
everyone was saying they were at least doing oral. I'm like, that might be. I was like, I hope that's as far as they went was oral, because she was saying that they can't risk inbred basically happening.
no, I didn't
There's
put
so
that
many
much thought into this.
But it's the vault. They probably have like contraception in there that's like, yeah, we just inject you and you're done until you're ready to have a baby. And not even that. Like, I bet you even condoms are like a mandatory thing at that point in time. You know, where it's like, I don't give a fuck if you can't feel it. You're wearing a goddamn condom.
Also,
we're not having crossbred fuckers up in here. Like,
yeah. Also, it's really insane that she, like, there's like 200 people in the vault. It's like, why are your cousin?
Right.
Well, I'm sorry. I got to move on a little bit on this, but so there's a point where people from another vault come over, right, into their home vault. These motherfuckers are covered head to toe in fucking scars.
Yeah!
And all kinds of shit. And these people are like, oh, these are vault dwellers. Oh my god!
I don't know how fucking naive. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, the only thing I can really think to compare it to is when Batman was being led by Catwoman into an obvious trap by Bane in that fucking, was it the Dark Knight Rises movie, right? It's like, oh, wow, an obvious trap. Let's just keep walking.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking at scars on this fucking guy, because the first thing she does is basically fuck this dude.
Because that's what she was working for.
Right, I get that.
She could have known beforehand, like, something ain't right here. But, well, I mean, I got this for.
Well, yeah, and like, my thing too is like, it's, I don't think each vault was super, like, they met at some point in time, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't the first time they've crossed vaults and shit like that, So at some point in time, they should have been like, why do half of these people not look at all like the people we knew before, or even better yet, the leaders weren't like communicating to the point of like
they had a meal with these people, and they didn't see like the lack of like table manners, because the vault people are very like they're the rich people that survived the fucking apocalypse.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, technically, not all of them are rich people, but in this case, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, there are some plot-intensive stuff that you have to pay attention to for why they didn't necessarily recognize Vault 32 people.
I will understand.
That's the only thing I can't.
But you guys are mostly right in saying, like, this is also, like, it is kind of like one of those writing plot holes, because someone should have noticed. But,
well, I mean, I can only take they're naive because they've been cut off from the world for so much. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, no, so you're in episode 3, you said.
I'm on episode 3.
So there's definitely more to it, but there's still, I mean, there's levels of suspensive disbelief. Now, if we want to talk about actual plot holes, or inconsistencies in the show, you need to go no further than episode 1, which was my favorite thing when the ghoul got in a gunfight, shot a guy through the chest, hit a guy behind him, and then when he goes to reload, the guy that he shot through the chest had a hole in his neck.
Wait, what? No.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna have to rewatch that first episode now.
Or sorry, episode 2.
I will say I do like the ghoul. He's probably
the ghoul's the best.
So
Yeah.
The ghoul's the best, man.
Walton Goggins was like, "Oh, we're doing a show about an RPG. Can I just make up a character? Because I've always wanted to be a Western actor."
Yeah. Listen to his interview. That's pretty much what it was. He's like, I've always wanted to play a Western.
Yeah. He's like, I don't care about any of things about the video game, but please,
Oh, and the way he comes in too is just amazing.
Yeah. Once you guys actually finish, well, you've already finished it. We could talk later or something. There is a lot. There is some stuff that was very like they actually changed the face of what's happening in the lore, and there was a lot of complaining, but that's because they're idiots. So let me just say that what they did I thought was really cool, and I'm like stoked for season 2 now because but yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for Alex to finish up whatever he's doing on his phone. But other things. I mean, I like the special effects on the show were great. I'm glad that I was worried that the humor might be MCU-esque, and I was like, I should have expected more of the boys because it's Amazon.
What do you mean by MCU-esque? Like, where it was more of like a
that's really what he had to take out his phone for.
Hey, man, I gotta figure out the titles for these episodes.
So,
Sorry.
Yeah, so MCU-esque is like MCU used to have like cute little witty jokes.
Yeah.
But I'd say post Endgame, like maybe around Endgame, most of them are pretty fucking ass, pretty whatever. Pretty,
Man.
he's behind me, isn't he? Kind of head ass jokes, And also they were always kind of bad at making like the Hulk the butt of the joke, and it's like leaves no room for his character to actually be his character.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I'm worried about what they're gonna do with Wolverine, because I feel like they would want to do that with him too. And it's like, well, I mean, you have Deadpool already,
Well, I kind of feel like they're just gonna, Wolverine will be Deadpool's butt end of the joke, but like that's gonna be it. Because after that, because Wolverine's a leader of a fucking group. Like,
he needs to be like you gotta let some people be the serious guy, and that should definitely be, Wolverine. And it's like that should have been the Hulk at times too, but they did it well at first, but it just started going downhill.
Oh yeah, especially when they got like Bruce Wayne / Hulk, if that makes sense. Like that.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought that was pretty cool, but at the same time, I was just kind of like too mucky. I think
Yeah.
Show me.
Too sticky.
Show me. I want to see him develop into Professor Hulk.
That
if
would have
you're
been
gonna
more
have him
interesting.
be
I think
Professor Hulk.
Yeah, I think
Like-
they didn't realize also like no, we like the Hulk, we don't like Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Like you guys took out the part of the Hulk that we liked.
Mm-hmm.
Put it back.
Well,
You know?
if you want to do a Hulk with it, it's working in conjunction with Bruce Banner. There are other Hulks to do that with, right? And you could still have. I mean, the Savage Hulk is typically the one that people are talking about when they're talking about Hulks, because there's like fucking 30. So they could have chosen a Banner Hulk who's kind of in the middle of that transition, and I would have been great. I would have loved that, but show me some of that. Don't make me like have to really think about it.
It's the same mistake they made with She-Hulk, where they're like, "Yep, that's the ending. Like we're gonna breeze by it."
Hey kids, you like how we took our ending and we kind of made it not an ending, but it's an ending.
Yeah. She's like, "Can I have this as the ending?" They're like, "Sure," and they don't show any of it. It's just after that.
Oh God, I'm gonna have to rewatch that now. But yeah, are they gonna bring back She-Hulk at all?
I don't know.
She supposedly had a cameo in the Deadpool Wolverine movie, and
it got cut.
and it got cut.
What?
Yeah, same with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, probably for time.
Yeah, dude, things get cut.
Yeah, but
right?
still, she was fantastic. I liked the actress, and I thought the entire concept was fantastic.
I didn't like the show. I did like the character.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff. Well, no. I didn't like the show as it was going on. I did like the show in certain episodes. I think it was kind of sad how, like, they fucking knew what was going on when they were writing it, obviously. Because, like, forget his name now, but Wong. They knew Wong was carrying the show when they were writing it because they wrote a joke in about it. And I was like, dude, if you guys already know he's carrying the show, then, like, change something in the show to make it better.
Yeah. Shoot.
Well, I mean, they made their whole plot not matter.
Yeah, that was the problem.
I'm all for laughing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Funny joke guy. But don't take away the whole reason I watched the show. I want to know what fucking happens because I got invested in the little bit of plot that there was. Right?
Yeah.
There needs to be a payoff.
Yep.
I didn't get a payoff. I saw Hulk come back and I got to see Scar.
Yeah, you remember that part where, like, the guy got her, like, blood or whatever, and then he became a Hulk, and we were all like, yeah, that was corny, but that's what they were building up to. And then she was like, no, that's corny. Like, it should be this instead. And I was like, well, could you guys have shown that, though? Like, her owning people in court or whatever, at least? Because, like, there wasn't enough of that in the show.
Yeah, for a thing that was put out there as a law show.
Yeah, courtroom comedy.
Yeah, and like I said, I would have loved to have seen more of that. Like, I would have loved to see a whole new season. Hell, they could have even done like half the season that, and then totally gone off and been like, nah, she's going to now be the She-Hulk. Like, she's going to be fucking badass superhero part of the Marvel universe now. Like,
I would have been stoked for them to be like, all right, Hulk is in the public view a bad guy now, right? Because that happens with Hulk all the time.
well, yeah, exactly.
If she were to be going back and forth and it was like a buddy fucking law show, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Keep Ruffalo there. She can still be the main character for sure.
It
is the She-Hulk show.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a really cool dynamic. That was what I liked about the show. And then all of a sudden it was, we're just gonna make a show with no real substance.
Yeah.
Definitely how it felt.
Yeah. And like I said, I was in. I'm a Marvel guy. I like Marvel. You put out a Marvel show, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
At least that's how it used to be.
Yeah, we get burnt out after a while.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it was with how it was with Star Wars for me. Like, loved all the new stuff that came out, but then like when Kenobi came out, it was after that I was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of.
It sucks because it's like the stuff I was waiting for is where I get burnt out. Because, like, when Kenobi came out, I was like, finally, but because I wasn't watching any of that stuff, but, like, waiting for, like, X-Men 97 to come out, or rather Wolverine, like the Wolverine Deadpool. I don't give a fuck about MCU right now, and that's why I'm gonna go back and watch all that stuff probably tonight, actually, because I watched The Flash on the flight yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, I should check in and see how all that stuff is. I'll have more stuff to complain about, I guess. Or rather, I actually thought the Flash movie was good. It's just, I still think the Ezra Miller stuff is funny, though. His controversies. Can't believe you guys didn't know about that one. Like, he chokes. They choke a woman.
I don't pay attention
to
a lot of that stuff.
I wouldn't put it past him, but at the same time, I'm just sitting here like, wow.
Like, kidnapped a woman and a child, apparently.
Fucking what?
Yeah. Yes, like, you gotta Google Ezra Miller and read this stuff. It's crazy. And they're like, yeah, we're not. We need somebody to still be the Flash, so.
He's got Charlie Bronson energy with, like, none of the Charlie Bronson bullshit.
And they're like, they're an MB, so they're just, unhinged MB energy, basically. Which is also what I liked about the Flash. It was different than, like, the other guy, the CW guy. But I don't think they're going to be staying with Ezra Miller because...
he's a little problematic, sounds like.
Yeah, they just keep going off and doing crime.
The talent can only take you so far.
Oh, they?
Yeah, I guess. I'm sure they wouldn't care.
I don't
Yeah, they went out of the way to wear a little grandma jacket on purpose in the movie, which I thought was funny because they wear like clothes like that sometimes. But yeah, I gotta catch up on all that shit.
Oh, before we end, real quick question: Is X-Men '97? Is that original X-Men, or is that just like they recreated X-Men and they called it X-Men
They're
'97?
continuing the show.
It's supposed to be the '80s cartoon, continued, and it's supposed to take place in the year 1997.
Nice. Okay. All right. I'm down.
Yeah, should be cool. They from what I saw, they were trying to keep it as close to the old designs as possible, except giving Rogue a smaller ass.
Why? No, I'm just.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just were probably like, yeah, that's a little too much.
That's too much junk in that trunk.
Speaking of which, so did you guys hear they're remaking My Neighbor Totoro?
What?
Yeah, they're gonna be remaking it. It's gonna take place in 1997, and apparently they're with like AI technology. They're putting Fred Durst in it.
Fuck it.
Okay. First off, I don't know what you're talking about. And second, Fred Durst?
Fred Durst, yeah.
Man, this
You're
is
you're fucking with us, right?
It's a meme I saw on Instagram.
I'm sitting here going like, there's no fucking.
Dude, that'd be so awesome if My Neighbor Totoro actually does get remade and Fred Durst is actually in it.
Hey man, Pauly Shore was Pinocchio. Anything can happen.
Pauly Shore was the greatest Pinocchio.
Pauly Shore was Pinocchio? You don't know about that?
Father, I have the whole world to see.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I need you to
Hold
hear
on,
it,
hold
though.
on, hold on. I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
No.
Dude showed me, and we spent probably 3 hours laughing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love-
Gnarly.
Oh, that's terrible.
I like how it's like one of their top videos, Pinocchio trailer 2022.
There you go. Now, what should we name you? Maybe Leonardo. No, he'd grow up to be a turtle who only cares about pizza. I don't believe my eyes. Your name will be Pinocchio.
Come on.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
You are too special, Pinocchio. The world is full of people who could harm you. The timeless story. Our last few shows barely had any audience.
We just need to come up with a new act.
Come on! You thought you knew.
The coach is headed for the cliff. She's gonna fall.
Hold on!
Senorina, alley-oop.
Left it! Are you made of wood? You will become a star, my boy.
They didn't have him saying Wheezing the Juice for the preview? Like, what the fuck?
Wheezing the juice! Dude,
Father.
My dream.
You have a dream?
Yes, Tybalt, I have a special, most treasured dream. It's just me. Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see. Thank you, Daddy. Ms. Pinocchio.
oh,
It wouldn't buy.
dude, why the hell does that guy shoot him? Father,
When can I go on my own?
when can I be on my own? I have the whole world to see. The world to see is kind of crazy.
World to see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
We're renting that movie and we're gonna fucking watch that all the way.
If we're
to
watching
fucking-
that, we're getting stoned.
Watch
Oh,
party.
Dude, we're gonna have pancakes. We're gonna
have fucking pancakes?
Dude, it's gonna be like a breakfast like television viewing of this terrible Pauly Shore Pinocchio film.
Dude, I want pancakes now. Fuck you.
World to see.
I just want my own.
Yeah, I think there's another thing that's like that, and I can't remember what it is right now, where it was like someone got casted in something that's really hilarious.
So bad.
Oh yeah, Pauly Shore. Richard Simmons apparently made Pauly Shore cry because he was really mad about that movie that he was in as.
no!
Yeah, Richard Simmons.
Please stop bullying me.
What was he, like the director of it or some shit?
Who?
Richard Simmons.
No, Richard. He's no. Pauly Shore apparently plays Richard Simmons in another movie
Oh.
because he like looks. He was like, bro, we're like the same person.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, sorry, Leonardo DiCaprio's not gonna play you.
No. What the fuck?
I mean, he's right. He looks just like him, especially like in his
and
older
it's
age.
a biopic. It's not like a fiction.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Sweet Mary and Joseph.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a serious movie, or as serious as you can make.
How can you take it seriously? It's Pauly fucking Shore.
I mean, I was gonna say Richard Simmons, you know.
Yeah,
But
they're both
Well,
pretty
yeah,
up there.
both. But
Well,
still.
wait, doesn't Harry or I'll call him Daniel Radcliffe. Doesn't Daniel Radcliffe play fucking Weird Al and essentially like a biopic?
But I think he did a good job of it. I haven't seen it, but like from what I hear, Daniel Radcliffe like owned that.
Yeah, he did a really good job at not singing any of Weird Al's songs. It
Oh, he
was
didn't
just
sing a
Weird
single
Al
one of them?
dubbed over him.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to sing his songs either.
Hey, I fucking love Weird
Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Just kidding. I don't think that's him.
No.
No.
Can you imagine?
Damn it! Now I have that fucking stuck in my head. You son of a bitch.
You know,
It
I
just-
think I forgot about that for good
Yeah,
reasons.
until today.
Oh no.
You're gonna be laying in bed and you're just gonna see little green guys in your head.
I'm gonna look in the mirror and be like, I am a gummy bear.
Yeah, little green bears dancing in your head.
This has been a really weird episode.
I think this one actually was more structured than the last one.
And it was, but it's also, we've been on a journey.
Yeah, we said stuff. We said things.
We went from Fallout to Pauly Shore to fucking Richard Simmons
And Polly people.
Pauly people.
Oh my god.
No,
I'm sorry, the episode title that I had is gone.
oh.
Pauly Shore and Pauly people.
Well, I suppose. Yeah. Well, do we want to close out, or do we have anything else to say?
I don't really have anything else to say. We start plugging.
Plugging. Do you have anything to plug yet? And
No, just Skibidi Toilet.
yeah.
Oh, I guess I do.
Plug that shit.
Mom, I told you I'd do it.
Plug it.
If you like cool crafts and stuff, you can check out Two Hip Grandmas. They make things and they look really like really good things. So you should check them out. Like, they can make ashtrays and put some marijuana little pictures on there and it looks really cool.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I was like, what you're saying is
I'm-
starting to border on the illegal there. But then you said pictures, and I was like,
Pictures,
oh.
yeah,
I think I make ashtrays and hide marijuana in the framework.
Underneath the ashtray.
Yeah.
I was also trying to do this weird fucking comedic way of speaking, I guess.
What else? So what do they make? So ashtrays.
So, they make all kinds of really cool things. I know my Aunt Sherry, she makes a lot of cool beanies and stuff like that. She does a lot of the word fucking escapes me right now. But anyways, she makes cool stuff like beanies.
Like crochet,
Crochet, I think that's what it was.
Okay.
I had a bit to smoke today.
knitting.
Knitting. Yeah, they do a lot of really cool stuff. I'll set a link in the description.
Oh my god, I gotta see if I can find something real
I'll
quick.
even. Uh-oh. I hope they have a website. website.
Actually, I don't know if I could just do. I don't know if I could just do the audio for this. I'll probably have to show you guys after the episode.
Uh-oh.
But yeah. So you've plugged it. You got anything else to say about Two Cool Grandmas?
2 hip grandmas.
2 hip grandmas.
I told them to supply me with something to read, and they did not do that. So
It's fine.
I am being.
They be
good
making stuff. They have a website, I'm sure.
I believe they have a website. They're making stuff. They've been making a lot of
Etsy,
some of
Shopify.
my uncle's band's merch. If you want to check out Johnny Rockers, he's also really great. Does reggae.
And one more time, what was the name of the website for the grandmas?
2 hip grandmas.
2hipgrandmas.com?
Yes. I believe so, or they're just on Facebook. I need to get more information.
Look for them on Facebook.
Look for them on Facebook. They got some really cool stuff. They're going to be making some stuff custom for me.
Ugh,
What?
I'm angry about it. No, I'm kidding. I was clearing my
What?
throat. I was clearing my throat, but it sounded like I was angry that they're making stuff for me.
Damn marijuana paintings!
Yeah. Yeah, be on the lookout for Doug's future streaming platform. What was it? Under the Kilt Gaming.
I do
Actually,
fucking
that's
love
not
that.
bad.
See,
That's not bad.
if I was there, I would have disagreed with the name because you got to think about, like, as a streamer, as a YouTuber, people are going to call you the name somehow. So what would they call you? Under the Kilt?
Guilty.
You know, like, yeah. So I was like, oh, you got to think of something where they can kind of like shorten the name somehow.
Call me
I mean, my
Undies.
gamer tag's Dougly Sticks. I mean, that's kind of going to be the...
Dougly Stick.
Ugly stick.
I mean, that works. It's a little goobery, but you know that
Oh,
works.
it's totally goobery.
Well, I mean,
when I was like 13 years old.
Yeah, there's a
I
guy.
mean, we don't want to sell him as being someone he's not. Too, you know.
Well, no, there's some people. Like, gosh, like people. I think his name's Sips. You know, it's just kind of a
Oh,
goobery name.
Snips or something like
No,
that?
no, I think his name's Sips. I don't know.
Like
There's
SIP.
probably a ton of, but yeah, there's probably a bunch of people with weird names like that. You
They
know.
call me Sippy Cup.
But anyways, yes. So you know, here goes my 50 fucking plugs. So yes, go to shatterlegacy.com for your TCG needs. Get into a new game. We got the rules online. You could do like a quick play tutorial that'll help you out. Or we'll eventually make that tutorial. You know, we just need to get together and film that sometime. And then yeah, under Chuck Bailey, you know, you could get my book In the Shadows of the Forest. Link should be in the description. I also have another link I got to share with Alex for my Kindle Vella story, The Remaining Few, which will be a book series. But right now, as far as like serialized releases go, we're in what is called Season 1. I put out episode 3 just last week before going to San Diego, and I will be hopefully putting out episode 4 this week. And then, of course, we got Twitch. Twitch.tv/filthplanet. I'll be playing all sorts of games. And then I wanna do other stuff. It's just, you know, it's hard to do other stuff where I'm at on that. And then of course I got my YouTube, Filth Planet, and then Chuck Bailey 2059. I'll be putting out my first Weird Worlds video this week. Just have to decide whether or not I am going to use the AI art for a visual medium for that or not. Or if I'm just gonna do what I do with the TikToks, and it's just black text or black screen, white text. I don't know. I already put music behind it and stuff. Maybe I'll send you guys whatever. That's what you guys think. But yes, and of course James for 1A or whatever.
Yep.
Minnesota 1A.
Minnesota 1A. James
Civil for Minnesota House 1A.
Yes, he's doing things. Follow him on Facebook if you like. And yeah, if you're a Minnesota person, you should definitely follow him on Facebook and see where he's at, hear his platforms and such.
Come be a Minnesota friend.
Yes, I am MF.
And you can actually be refunded for any money that you give James. And he can get that to you pretty quick, right?
Yeah, up to $50 donations can be refunded in like about 3 weeks from the receipt of that paperwork. So, yeah, I think it's on actblue.com. You just go onto ActBlue. I think you Googled that, but I believe it's called actblue.com. And you could go ahead and make a donation through there, and then you'll receive the paperwork in the mail and fill it out, send it back, get $50 back later. Basically, just getting reimbursed, but it goes towards a good cause. It could help us, basically be able to actually run and make changes around here for the better.
Yep. Which, he's not here to tell us to shoot down the idea. Maybe we should have an episode where we talk about the platform more and a bit more of a
I agree.
political episode, just to get him on that. But we'll see what he says. Anyways, yeah, this has been Hanging with the Hooligans.
I got one more thing real quick, though.
Oh, he's got one more thing.
We are trying to grow our Facebook following. So
Hey, why not plug us? Hanging with the Hooligans. Hooligan Media 819. Please. Like and subscribe. Follow us on Facebook.
And we are also on Spotify.
Instagram.
If you're a Spotify listener, you can check us out. We are also on Instagram. I will put all our socials in the description as well.
If Alex has enough energy, maybe try to get a little TikTok going before it's banned. But who knows? That's where we're at. So we appreciate those who listen.
And with that, thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Doug.
I love you.
I'm Chark. And if you're a goth mommy, please step and spit on me.
Step and spit on
I thought you were going to stop recording right there.
No,
So
I think this is a good...
yeah, you're going to get that laugh in there.
We got